I'm working for EGI, the Coordinating Institute of the European Grid Infrastructure, and in this short video lecture I will give a short introduction to the European Grid Infrastructure collaboration. This collaboration has been established in 2010 after a decade-long investment from national funding agencies as well as the European Commission. The purpose of the collaboration is to operate an e-infrastructure that provides computing and data facilities for scientific and research purposes. It serves European researchers and their international collaborators beyond Europe. The European grid infrastructure includes resources, typically cluster and PC resources, scientific applications and scientific data that the participating countries and the users of those countries can reuse, share and process. The resources are provided by different resource centers, mostly located in Europe, but we have resource centers outside of Europe in Asia Pacific, South America and North America. The number of resource centers at this stage is more than 300, and these resource centers provide more than 370,000 CPU cores and a large amount of disk and tape-based storage resources. The number of computing jobs that run on this infrastructure to process the data exceeds 1.6 million per day. The European grid infrastructure is truly a multidisciplinary infrastructure, meaning that researchers from various scientific disciplines are exploiting its capabilities. The highest and most active user groups are from the high energy physics, astronomy and astrophysics, life sciences, earth sciences, computational chemistry and fusion physics domain. These scientists come together and formalize establishments called virtual research communities that represent the scientific disciplines at the European level, and then establish virtual organizations on the infrastructure provided by the European grid infrastructure members. These virtual organizations collect scientific resources, applications and users in the virtual organization arrangements who share data and process data together. At the time, the users of the European grid infrastructure exceeds 22,000 researchers that come together into more than 200 virtual organizations. The European grid infrastructure has a strategy based on 3 pillars. The first pillar is providing the e-infrastructure, which has 2 parts. One part is the grid infrastructure that is operational for more than a decade now. A new type of infrastructure called federated cloud infrastructure is currently under development by the members of EGI, and this federated e-infrastructure, federated cloud infrastructure, will provide an infrastructure as a service type cloud facility for scientific purposes very soon. The second pillar of the strategy is supporting the establishment of virtual research environments on top of the e-infrastructure layers, and these virtual research environments customize and extend the capabilities of the high-capacity grid and cloud infrastructure towards certain scientific domains and user groups. The third pillar of the strategy is to provide community coordination and outreach activities to provide a coordinated effort to sign up and engage with new user communities from various scientific disciplines. Concerning the support for virtual research environments, I would like to highlight the applications database, which is a repository of software applications and the users who develop them that are available for those who wish to use virtual research environments or wish to develop new virtual research environments for their own community. The application database collects different types of software resources and software services from the EGI community and provides contact points for each of these. So if you wish to use any of the software resources and services, you can do so through this database. The national grid infrastructures are the key stakeholders of the European grid infrastructure. They provide resources and they provide support services. These support services are targeting users, those who wish to reuse scientific applications or wish to develop new scientific applications on these grid and cloud infrastructures, and target operational staff who would like to federate their own cluster, PC or data resources into this European grid infrastructure collaboration. The national grid infrastructures also act as a contact point for policy, outreach and marketing type activities. In this short video lecture, you learned about the European Grid Infrastructure Collaboration, which is a federated infrastructure including resources from different national grid infrastructures and the resource centers embedded in those national grid infrastructures. You learned that the main activities of the European grid infrastructure is the provisioning of a grid and a cloud infrastructure, providing support for the development and use of virtual research environment, and providing community coordination, in-reach and outreach activities.